Hello parents, I'm making another video from the comfort of my bed on this beautiful snow day, and I'm just going to talk to you about the UPSC problem that your students are going to be seeing on their test this week. It does have to do with counting money, and we are using larger values, so these are no longer small numbers, they're both going to be 2-digit. So we're going to go through the UPSC process here in the video. We're going to go through some of the strategies that your child can use. That way, if you need help talking to them about this at home, you will have a video to refer to. So I'm going to go ahead and just start by reading this. So Annabelle has some money in her piggy bank. She gave 24 cents to her friend, Xavier. She now only has 30 cents left. How much money does Annabelle have to start with? So first of all, whenever students see this and they read this, they're going to see that she gave money away and they're going to think that this needs to be a subtraction problem. If you read it though, it's telling us that she started with some money and we don't know how much that is. This is what we want to find. We want to find how much she had to start with. So just going through and explaining to your students that whenever you start with something, you give money away, this is what you have left, but how much did you start with? So if that happens to your child, go ahead and let them do the subtraction problem. They'll get the answer of 6, and you can look at them and say, can you start with 6 cents and then give away 24 cents and still have 30 left? And hopefully that'll get their brain wheels turning to say, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense, and they'll go back and they'll fix it. So what we're going to first do is we're going to draw our UPSC, which is like a big old plus sign. I'll put my UPSC here in the corner. U stands for understand, P stands for plan, S is solve, and C is check. So in the P box, we should automatically know to put a number 1 and a number 2. Please refer to the study guide as I do have one of these as well typed out for you. So in the U understand box, this is where we want the students to understand what they're trying to find. So we tell students that they need to just directly copy the final sentence in the word problem. One thing that students like to do for some reason is they like to copy the entire word problem because they think it looks cool when they're writing a lot. We don't want them to do that. If they do that, we tell them that we will take a point away. This is only to talk about what you need to know, what you need to find. So I'm not going to waste my time, but I'm just going to say that this sentence needs to be written here. So how much, ... The whole entire sentence, making sure we're using our capitalization, our punctuation, and this sentence is copied word for word right here in this box. Next, what we need to do is we need to go over to P, to the plan. So whenever we plan, we need to first start out by thinking, am I adding or am I subtracting? This is where we really want students to go back and reread, and we need to make sure that they understand that if they do pick the wrong thing and get down here and realize it doesn't make sense, they have to go all the way back and erase and go all the way up here to make this fix. So we as parents know that if Annabelle starts with some money in her bank and she gives some away and has some left, we want to find out what she started with, which means that we have to add. So we're going to write the word add. You can write the word addition as long as we know that we're adding. And we also need to write the equation here. So the equation in this sense is 24 plus 30. And if students write 30 plus 24, that's okay. They're going to get the same answer. The order only really matters for subtraction. So here by number 2, this is where we write the strategy that we're going to use. Now, because this is a 30 and a 24, students really like to use that picture strategy where they draw pictures. But we've told them now winter break is over. It's time to start acting like we're moving up to 3rd grade. We're no longer going to use that picture strategy because we don't have time to draw 30 circles and then 24 circles and then count 30 plus 24. It just takes way too long. So the strategy that I'm going to show you here that we want to use is going to be called base 10. And this is a strategy that we did teach in school, but then we had a billion snow days, so they probably forgot what it is, which is understandable. So whenever we do base 10, we're talking about base 10 blocks. So right up here, I'm just going to explain to you very quickly. Whenever we are talking about tens, we're talking about drawing a stick. And that stick is made up of 10 little blocks. And then whenever we're talking about ones, we just draw a little circle. So this is worth 1 and this is worth 10. So whenever I'm representing numbers down here, I will remind you of that. The first thing that students should automatically do is they should take their equation that they drew up here and copy it down into this box. It's important that they have that right there to see so that they understand what they're drawing. So down here now we're going to be using this base 10 strategy, and all we're doing is we're drawing the 10s and the 1s for each number. So for the number 24, We know that the tens place and the ones place is right there. How many tens? We have 2 tens. 1, 2. How many ones? 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 30. We have our tens and our ones. We're drawing our tens and our ones. How many tens do we have? We have 3. 1, 2, 3. How many ones? We have 0. Now, students have worked with these before, so this should not be anything new to them. What they need to do is they need to add up all their tens and all their ones, and they can write what it equals. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or students just might say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and write their 5 there. And then they're going to see, oh, we only have 4 ones, and they're going to write their 4. They got the answer of 54. Now, in order to make sure that students are getting the right answer, we always have them check, and they have to check with a different strategy. They can't check with this strategy over here because if they did this one wrong, they're likely going to do it wrong again. So the second strategy that we taught students for this, because these are bigger numbers, is we taught them the strategy of a number line. Now, this is something that might be tricky, so if you have a way for your student to get it easier than they can understand the number line, that is perfectly fine. These are not set in stone. These do not have to be the way that they answer. These are just the ones that make the most sense that we teach to the students. So we talk about the students drawing a number line, and we always ask them, the biggest issue is, where do you start on a number line? Some students want to start at 0, some students want to start at 1, but we really relied and focused on the fact that whenever you're doing an addition problem, you want to start at the beginning of your number line with the biggest number. Now, in this case, the biggest number is 30, so we're going to start our number line at the number 30. And we're actually not even going to draw any other lines because what we need to do is we need to add 24 to our number 30. And the way we can do that is by breaking the 24 into tens and ones. How many tens are in 24? Well, we've established over here that there's 2 tens, so we're going to jump 2 tens. So 10, 20. And I'm going to write in here plus 10, just to remind myself. Now, we should be able to count by tens, and we know that 10 more than 30 is 40, and we know that 10 more than 40 is 50. So we've taken care of our tens place, but now we need to add in our ones, because we've done 30 plus 20, it needs to be 30 plus 24. So if we add on 4 more ones, we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where we're going to end, and we'll get 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. And the students should be able to find that the answer is in fact 54. Does it match? Does it match? Yes, it does. Now, even though they've done all 4 steps of the UPSC plan, there is one additional step that they need to do. They need to go up here to this U box and they need to answer this question in a complete sentence. Now, one thing that we want to ensure is that they're using COPS, C-O-P-S, making sure for capital letters, organization, meaning are their words in the right order, P is punctuation, and S is spelling. So if they go up here and they remind themselves of what this is, they're answering the question, how much money does Annabelle have to start with? They can write the sentence, Annabelle has 54 cents. That's all they need to write. It doesn't have to be a very long sentence. We understand this is math and we're more focused on the actual answer. We're going to go back through and check for COPS because this is a very big struggle for us here in 2nd grade. Do we have a capital letter where it needs to be? Yes, we do. Check. Are our words in order? Annabelle has 54 cents? Yes. If they put Annabelle 54 cents has, then they need to go back and they need to reverse that. Do we have punctuation? Yes, we made sure we put our period at the end of our sentence. And is everything spelled correctly? Because we do have the name Annabelle up here in the problem. Yes, everything is spelled correctly. Now, in this sense, spelling isn't the biggest issue. I won't mark it wrong if there's something spelled wrong, but we just want to try to get them into that routine of doing this. That way, if students do get used to this and doing it all the time, then they're going to transfer it to their writing. If you have any questions about this or need to see an additional example of the base 10 or the number line, please email me and I can go ahead and help you with that. Thank you.